Hello, everyone, and welcome to Petite to Queen's Claim Your Career Crown podcast. I'm your host, Lynn, and today I'm joined by our lovely, wonderful guest, Arliss Dudley-Cash. And today we're going to be talking about the magic solution of time, organization, and ROI. Arliss is the #1 international best-selling author, business consultant, and self-love coach, and an inspirational speaker and self-love movement leader. With a background in business, neuroscience, and forensic, her career expands over several industries, including operations management, research scientist, and death investigation. My goodness gracious, Arliss unites this eclectic background with her personal journey to overcome the odds and survive a terminal diagnosis. Her award-winning presentations include topics on extreme self-love, mindful business practices, and body positivity. Arliss is a big believer in the magic of our individual stories and the power of storytelling to affect positive change in this world. In 2021, she co-founded the Body Positivity Podcast, which she hosts with her colleague, Diane Gremlin. Through her company Solutions LLC, she is passionate about, and I should call it Soul-lutions. So let me get that right, Arliss. She's passionate about helping her clients become powerful, joyful, authentic business owners, experiencing freedom, having more fun in their business, and experiencing the success of their dreams. Arliss's dream is for each of us to become the loves of our life. So Arliss, welcome to the show. I am so glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be here with you, Lynn. I have such respect for what you do and how you serve our community.
Well, thank you. That is so lovely. And I am so glad that we've gotten to know each other. And for those of you who are joining us for that very first time, if you have not listened to Petite to Queen before now, the Claim Your Career Crown podcast, and you go, hey, I love this show, go ahead and subscribe wherever you get your podcast so you don't miss a single episode. And if you truly do love the show and love what we're doing, please leave us that 5-star review. We would very much appreciate it. So Arliss, I mean, my goodness, what a backstory that you have. It's like this journey that you went through, and then with the diagnosis and overcoming that, and here you are with Soul-lutions. I would love to give you that space right now to tell our viewers more about what inspired you to get started through everything that you've gone through.
The biggest thing that inspired me is to not have anybody else go through what I went through. I really bought into hustle culture and pushing myself mentally and physically to my limits, and doing that for success at the expense of myself, and to the point where I literally put my life on the line. And what I've learned since then is that business can be done in a more gentle, compassionate way towards ourselves and in the world in general. And I would love to see a world filled with generous, kind, compassionate entrepreneurs like yourself, Lynn. I think that you're such a great example of that. And imagine a world filled with these compassionate, gentle entrepreneurs. I mean, our world would look so different, and that's a world that I want to live in.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree, because it's about that worthy intent and that desire to help and serve others, and in doing so, creating that impact. That's just wonderful. And I love what you do specifically. And I know that it's got your own special wrapping. And I'd love to have you talk to our audience about what you do and how you serve your clients.
Thank you for that, Lynn. I'm a business consultant. And so on my one-on-one side of my business, I focus very heavily on organization, process, and systems management and development, so that entrepreneurs can be really streamlined in their business and have more time to get out and have fun in their lives. And then on the other side of my business, I do a lot of teaching and workshops, and it's all centered around emotional intelligence and compassion and mindfulness, and I have to say that I've started using this after your inspiration, Lynn, what I now call the power skills in business and what really sets people apart.
Oh, well, thank you. Those power skills are so that you can't put a price tag on them, and they are the things that really help you move forward in your career, wherever it is, and in your business, and creating that incredible culture. So I'm curious now, when you're working with someone and especially getting this organization, and the solutions and the systems in place, and then of course, helping them with their mindset, what kind of process do you have? Because I bet you anything, you've got this blueprinted out.
Well, it's highly customized to everybody that I work with. And I first focus on how are they spending their time? What does their schedule look like? How are they calendaring themselves? And what return on investment are they getting from how they spend their time? Because once we really take a look at how someone's spending their time in their business, it really gives me a snapshot of what that business looks like and what their mindset overall looks like. And then we can grow from there.
Yeah. Well, that's a really great place to start. I love that idea of a snapshot and really analyzing where and how you're spending your time, because there are some things that you do, like my show here, the Claim Your Career Crown, that I really love. I love getting to meet all these incredible people like yourself, and I get to learn. So for me, the return on investment is a little bit different equation, right? Because it feeds my soul and hopefully everyone who's tuning in. So let's sort of shift gears, because you've gone through a lot to get to where you are today and where your focus is. But when in that path, what were the things that you found that potentially held you back that you needed to overcome?
Thank you so much. And I have to be honest that I kind of tripped into business. It never was a focused intention of mine at the beginning. And I fell in love with it along the way. And I think that the biggest things that held me back were my lack of self-confidence and my fear of judgment. And I see this a lot in other entrepreneurs, and it's a journey, right? So this still comes up for me today, as I'm sure it comes up for you, Lynn, on occasion. Even though we grow in these areas, we're always working on them because we're human and it's beautiful. And realizing that people's judgments have more to say about them than me was a huge turning point. To not take anything personally. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz is a big inspiration in my life. And then just knowing that self-confidence really comes from consistency, really showing up for myself in my life and showing up for myself in my business. When I have that consistency and work within that framework, then I have confidence in myself and my business.
Yeah, no, I believe that confidence definitely also, when you have, a plan and you know what that is and how to execute on it, and you are showing up for yourself, it makes it easier. I mean, it literally makes it easier to be confident and assured. So I'm curious, when you were working with people, especially working through getting things more organized, more effective and efficient, and then looking at how you can streamline not only their activities, but their systems and processes. What are the things that you encountered that you find that holds other people back?
Fear of letting go. So this like tight hold, white knuckled grip on aspects of their business and not wanting to let it go to automation or actually bringing in help in that aspect of their business. I think that that's one area. When I talk to somebody and they have a paper calendar that they're working with and an online calendar all at the same time and all of this, and I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna shift over only to the online calendar, and we're gonna use scheduling tools, and we're gonna use Zoom connections and all of this, there's that fear of letting go. And it's totally normal. And just because something is scary doesn't mean that we're not going to do it. We're going to do the scary things like we do in our businesses all the time. So I think that fear of letting go of that control is a big one. And then the other one is this is feeling like, well, what if I'm not seen as an expert? You know, I'm doing all these things to be seen as an expert. And the truth is that you're an expert in your business. You know, if you're listening right now, you are the number one expert in your business, no matter what degrees or training or anything you have. And you just need to embody that and know that about yourself. Even as somebody that, you know, is very integrated into my clients' businesses and knows a lot about it, I'll never know as much as the person that owns that business.
Right.
So you're already an expert.
It is true. And you know things that someone else now, and that doesn't mean there might be an expert who knows a little bit more than you, but that's the thing. You still can help all these other people where you're 1 step, 2 step, 10 steps ahead. And while you are then pursuing acquiring that knowledge so that you can get to that next level. So when you're looking and working with people really to look at how they can be better organized, how they can really look to improve their systems, their processes, their efficiencies, so they can get to a better ROI, what is the first or the best thing that they could get their arms around today, tomorrow, or this week?
I would say use what you already have, and maybe you don't know you already have it. Okay, so if you have a Gmail account, you already have shared documents, shared sheets. You have the ability to make a form to send to somebody and get information. You have an online calendaring system. You have a drive where you can be saving things into a cloud to protect your business in case your computer goes kaflooey one day, which happens on occasion. So use what you already have and maximize that first before you step out of that. So if you are bringing in new clients and you need to get information from them, it could be basic contact information. Use Google Forms, make it easy, send them a link, have them fill it out. If you are trying to schedule yourself and you have a paper calendar or maybe a couple of online calendars, get it all in one. Make it really simple for yourself. When we have a whole bunch of different things in one category, like different calendars, our brain has to spin on each one of those and make sure that we're okay. And we build up this fear that we're going to miss something. Whereas if we just had it all in one place and we made it simple, it would lessen that fear that we have. So use what you have and try to make things as simple as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I would not be able to live without our Google Drive. It makes it life a lot easier for me and my team. And so thank you. That is brilliant. And I love the other suggestions as well, as leveraging the tools that you have and seeing what sometimes they can actually do things that you weren't aware that they could do that then serve you, and you're already familiar with the tool. So that's brilliant. Arliss, thank you so much for sharing the magic solution of time, organization, and ROI. I know that our listeners are going to want to know more about you and be able to find and connect with you. So how can they do that?
Yes. So check out my website. It's soullutions.com. That's SOULLUTIONS.com. And from there, you can find a myriad of ways to connect with me. There's a scheduling link there, and there's also connections to all my social media.
All right. And we'll be sure to also include that link and the links to Arliss's social media down below. So she is one click away. Thank you so much, Arliss. And for everyone who tuned in, thank you also for joining us. This has been a very informative discussion. And if you have ideas you'd like to share, you can leave us a comment down below. We love hearing your thoughts. And if you have a specific question or would like to suggest a topic for discussion, please email us at jointheconversation@pacificlife.com. petitetoqueen.com, and to stay current on all of our insightful advice, our breakthrough advantages, and wonderful episodes like the one today with Arliss. You can sign up for our weekly wisdoms at petitetoqueen.com, and you won't miss a single episode. So thank you so much for listening and tuning in. And Arliss, thank you so much for being such a gracious guest and sharing so much information.
I'm just so honored to be on your show today. And for everyone that's listening, be in contact with Lynn Whitback and her team. It's just incredible the way that she serves her community. Take advantage of that connection and the wisdom that you're gaining from her in these podcasts and in other places. I just can't speak more highly about her than I can. Yes.
Well, thank you. And thank you so much, Arliss. That's so kind of you.
Thank you. And thank you for having me.